Hello again, welcome back to the channel. Glad you could join me. I started reading the Thursday Murder Club series a while back. Not too long ago. When I found out about the book, I got on the hold list, checked it out from the library. When I got done with it, I put The Man Who Died Twice, the second book in the series, on the hold list. And it just barely came in. And I'm now actually on the third book in the series. It's kind of interesting. The first two books in the series were on the hold list. I had to wait for them. The third book was just there at the library, so I went and grabbed it really quick. The fourth one, I'm again on the hold list. There is, in fact, plans for a fifth book, but that one hasn't even been written yet, so when it comes out, I'll be on the hold list again. And I am looking forward to the Netflix movie. Hopefully it will be good. It's got some seasoned actors, is the nice way to put it. Helen Mirren will be playing Elizabeth. Pierce Brosnan will be playing Ron. And we've got Ben Kingsley, who will be playing Ibrahim. And then we've got Celia Imrie, who will be playing Joyce. From what I understand, from what I've read about the release date and stuff, Netflix is doing this, but Richard Osman would like it released in theaters first, and then on Netflix later. Whether or not that's going to happen, we'll have to see. Supposedly, it's going to come out this year. Again, from what I've read, principal photography has already been, or principal, I think they call it principal photography, principal filming has already been completed, and now it's in the editing process and stuff. So it should be coming out really soon. Anyway, so we have the second book, The Man Who Died Twice. Elizabeth gets a letter. Now the letter is from someone who is dead, sort of. Back when she was at one of the MI offices, either MI5 or MI6. They keep talking about how Elizabeth was working for MI5 or MI6. It's like she's not going to tell you which one it was. And so they just know that she worked for one of them, or maybe both. They had an operative who was actually just a fake identity. And when that operative was compromised, instead of just admitting that it was a fake identity, they actually had a body found. So this person is dead, but she's getting a letter from them. Well, she goes to the meeting, and it turns out to be her ex-husband. Now, her ex-husband, also working for one of the MI organizations, they've been keeping tabs on a banker. Now, he's not your traditional banker. He is an underworld banker. Basically, if you have an arms deal going down, instead of giving the money to the party and hoping that they will give you your guns, you give your money to this underworld banker. He holds on to it until you get your guns from the other people. Once you've gotten your guns, then he then gives the money to the other party. And so he's always got illicit funds floating around. He has $20 million worth of diamonds that are just sitting there. I don't know if he didn't think it was important enough to put into his vault or what the situation was, but he ended up, when he was out, MI whatever came in, did some work, and then they left, and the diamonds were missing. Now, of course, the operatives were caught on film, and stupidly enough, the man removed his mask. So they knew which operative it was. But he says, no, I didn't take the diamonds. Well, of course, the underworld banker is not going to buy MI5's explanation that they had an operative break into his house, and he didn't take the diamonds, even though the diamonds were there before the break-in, and then they were missing after the break-in. So basically, this underworld banker has said that you either give me my diamonds back, or I'm going to tell the the interested parties who has their diamonds, and it turns out that one of the interested parties happens to be the American Mafia, or at least one branch of the American Mafia. I believe the other interested party is a group of Colombians, kind of a money for drugs type situation. And so he is hiding out in Cooper's Chase, which is where the Thursday Murder Club has their little group at this retirement village. And they have basically kind of tasked them with, at least Elizabeth, with helping keep her ex-husband safe from the bad guys. Of course, the ex-husband is compromised, and he ends up getting killed, and so the Thursday Murder Club, maybe he was killed. He has been known to fake his death before. But they have to figure out what happened, where the diamonds are, and whether or not the ex-husband is actually dead this time. There's a lot of like red herrings going on, because we obviously have a lot of it's spies, so of course there's going to be red herrings, and a lot of the underworld figures that are going through they're trying to find the diamonds as well, because obviously $20 million, it's not $20 million, it's 20 million pounds worth of diamonds is quite a lot of money. So there's a lot of interested parties in trying to figure out where this money is. We get introduced to some new people. We have the same, the same group of four as before, because obviously they're going to be our Thursday Murder Club. They're going to be our regulars. But we also have Chris and Donna, who are police from Fairhaven, that get involved in it. And one of their cases touches tangentially on to what it is that they're doing with the Thursday Murder Club and the banker and the possibly dead ex-husband. So there's a lot going on. The humor is there. The the suspense is there. Although I did find in a couple of places that maybe Richard Osman telegraphed a little bit too well what was going on, because my brain made connections very quickly, and they ended up turning out to be correct connections. So I don't know if they just weren't hidden well enough, or I mean, obviously, when you are writing a book, you don't want to hide hide what's going on too well. You do want to do some foreshadowing, otherwise, when the payoff comes, obviously, it could have been aliens, that came down and abducted the ex-husband and staged the scene to look like a murder. But without Richard Osman foreshadowing that this was a paranormal mystery, that kind of payoff would have left the readers really confused and up in arms, really. I mean, we start out with perfectly mundane situation, and then suddenly aliens are involved. You can't really do that, and it's actually there's a book called Ghosts of Manhattan. I believe I reviewed it for this one of my book reviews in the past, but it's called Ghosts of Manhattan, and the ending came out of left field, in my opinion. It seemed to be one thing, and then the ending, just the payoff was like sour tasting kind of thing. It was like, well, you know, if you were going to go into this territory, you really should have broadcast, subtly broadcast little hints along the way. So especially when you're doing a murder mystery, you do want to keep the mystery. You want to keep your people guessing, but at the same time, you don't want to completely flip the script at the end and have readers go, "What? Where did this come from?" Even if they have to go back and they have to look through and say, "Oh, there was a clue there, there was a clue there," that's fine. It was still fun. I still very much enjoyed it. But like I said, it could be that they broadcast, I should say Richard Osman, that the author broadcast maybe a little bit too overtly what was going to happen. And so my brain was making these connections along the way that when it got to the end, it was like there was no twist, there was no surprise, because it was like, oh, yeah, I'd figured that out several pages ago. But anyway, as I said, still good, still enjoyable, still looking forward to the next book in the series. As I said, I've already checked it out from the library. I've already read quite a bit of it. And that, depending on where I get to by the end of the week, it could be that the next one I do is going to be on the next book in the Thursday Murder Club series. Anyway, that's it for today. Let me know if you've read any of the books in this series. Let me know what you thought of them. Let me know if you enjoyed or didn't enjoy them. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that other stuff. Put on the bell so you get notifications. And until next time, enjoy what you're reading.